Everybody, welcome. Evans Putman here, and today I am excited to share with you how to unlock consistent revenue for your business in 30 days or less. How to unlock consistent revenue for your business in 30 days or less. This is going to be a fun, short training, but I want to share something with you real quick. I don't know if you've read this book before, U Squared. Powerful stuff. Make sure you read it. And here's the thing. I want you to have a shift here. I want you to have an open mind as we move forward with this. Are you going to do that for me? Say yes if you are. Say, yes, I am going to have an open mind, because I'm going to say this now. If you want to accelerate, this is in the book. If you want to accelerate your rate of achievement rapidly, you must search out and vigorously employ new behaviors. In other words, if you're still stuck in the trying harder loop to move from where you are now to get to where you desire to be, maybe it's time to do things a little differently. And so that's what I want you to think about as we move forward. So I'm going to ask you now, for those of you here, how many of you would like to close more sales in less time? If that's you, give me a yes. I don't know where you're watching this from, but give me a yes in the chat, or give me a yes out loud, whatever you feel like doing. How many of you would love to have a high ticket offer that sells itself and creates consistent cash flow? If that's you, let me know. How many of you would love to serve your audience at a higher level to create more impact and more income? If that's you, let me know. So for those of you that don't know me, my name's Evans Putman, and I am the founder of Infinite Impact Consulting. I'm also the creator of the virtual mini event method, which we're going to talk about today, and the Cash Infusion Day live event. So what we're going to share today about how to create more consistent revenue, I just want to tell you, this doesn't come from me just learning it in a book and then teaching it to you. This actually came from doing. In fact, I did my first one ever within 2 weeks with no complicated funnels, not a huge following, not a big list. And I still had my biggest revenue day ever with what I'm about to share with you in only 2 weeks. And in fact, it actually got me featured. My story was shared in this book, $1 Million Speaker, with Eileen Wilder and Joseph Aaron. So this is a system that I want to share with you that will allow you to take that quantum leap to move forward. So if you were stuck like me in feast or famine mode, if you're stuck on that hamster wheel of never knowing where your next client's coming from, not knowing if you're going to have enough revenue to cover your bills that month, if you feel that way, like you've tried everything, you've tried the webinars, you've tried the VSLs, you've tried the DM outreaches, you've done everything that they've told you to do. Not only did it not work, it just didn't feel aligned with you and how you want to do business, then you're in the right place, because I was there too. Now imagine what your business would feel like if it felt energetically aligned with what you love to do, how you love to serve people, that aligned with your vision for creating more impact. How would it feel if it aligned with not only your vision to create more impact, but how would it feel if it gave you consistent income and revenue on a regular basis? And how would it feel if you didn't have to spend every day of the week with a fully booked calendar full of bad blind date discovery calls where you don't even know if the person's going to show up? You don't know that when they do show up, if they're even the right fit for your program. And it just feels like a big waste of time, and your life is full of stress and uncertainty and unease. I want to help you have fun again in your business. I want to help you get your mission going again. And this is what we're going to talk about today, because I've been in all those places where we were struggling to get clients on a regular basis. Our business was struggling to find the lever that would actually allow us to serve our existing clients instead of constantly chasing new ones. And I know what it feels like. I know how you feel when you're stuck in that cycle of over and over and over and over again. And we're going to talk about how we can get out of that. And it's a simple process that you only have to have 3 pillars, 3 things within that process to move forward. So for those of you that are watching, though, real quick, I know some of you on here are my action takers, I like to get stuff done. If that's you, let me know that's you in the comments or in the chat. Give me a heads up. But here's what I want to do for you. I want to go in and just let you know, if you want my help installing what we're going to talk about today into your business, into your system, I just want you to come join me at cashinfusiondaylive.com virtual event. Grab a spot. We'll create and install exactly what we're going to share today into your business in that short time period. It's not even a full day. It's not even a half day. It's just a few hours of your time, but we'll create it. We'll install it into your business, and then you'll be able to go out and start using it within the next 30 days or less. Okay, so back to the task at hand. Here's what I want you to start thinking about differently, right? Remember the U squared book. I want you to start thinking about, instead of trying to go against the flow, go with the flow. Instead of trying to climb the wall, how about find the door that goes through the wall? Make it easier. Make it simpler. Make it more fun. Make it more fulfilling. And this is how you do it. It's something that I discovered as I was struggling in feast or famine. And I decided, somebody say that with me, I decided to stick with one strategy for the next 12 months. How many of you find yourself jumping from thing to thing to thing, trying to make things work? Inevitably, you're just going harder, 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 and you're seeing diminishing returns from your effort. I get it. I understand it. I was there. But this time I decided to stay with one thing for 12 months. And this was the one thing. And it changed my life and my business moving forward. In fact, I'm in the process now of moving towards only having to work 3 days a week. It was a goal that I created in my mind. And instead of hoping I would get there, I started living from there. And this virtual mini event is the thing that can help you do that. Here's why I love it so much. Here's why my clients love it so much, is it's not complicated. You don't have to have a complete 5-day challenge. You don't have to have 2 or 3 days of a virtual event with all these moving pieces. In fact, my first one, as I shared, 2 weeks in, immediately with just a Zoom room and 2 weeks time limit, and knowing the simple frameworks with these 3 pillars that I'm going to share with you today, I was able to create my biggest revenue day up until that point in the span of about 4 hours. And that's what got me featured in that book, that story, because it was so powerful. People were jumping out of their car, at least one lady running around screaming, because this is designed to help actually serve people, not to sell people. All right, so let's get into it. You now know a little bit of the background in the system, the story, the process. So let me share with you, if it's okay, the actual process. Are you guys okay with me just sharing it with you? So 3 things. I like to keep it simple. The first thing you need to create a powerful cash infusion day with a virtual mini event is an audience. And I know what you're thinking. Evans, I don't have a big list. Evans, I don't have a big following. I can't do this. I'm out already. Don't let that hold you back. You do not have to have a big audience. You do not have to have a big following. You do not have to have a big list. All you need to do is to have a message that matters, in a way to share that with people, and to go out and partner using what we call this discovery recreated, the attendees with ease method. Partner with others in a way that creates a win-win, in a way that makes them want to help you fill your virtual mini event, and you partner with them and you sell out your virtual mini event. And you don't have to have a huge audience there at your virtual mini event. I'll just go in and crush that objection now. Let me tell you a little quick story about one of my clients who didn't have a big group come to her event. In fact, she was scared before she even did this to actually push play and go live on Facebook. but she believed in the process. She saw how it could work. She was ready to take a next step, a big quantum leap in her business, and went out. And if I remember the numbers correctly, it was like 19 people did her first event under 30 days, 19 people, 17 people applied to work with her. And she ended up having 13 or 14 join her group coaching program. How would you like to work like one day a week in the acquisition phase of your business and sell out your program immediately without sales calls? By the way, I haven't even mentioned that. So audience, attendees with ease, you do not have to have a big audience. You just need to know who that audience is, who has that audience, and partner with them in a way that makes them want to work and serve and help you fill your event. And we show you how to do that. The next thing you need to do is you need to bring them into the event. You have to know what to say and how to say it, right? Wouldn't you agree? Well, I know Russell Brunson often talks about creating a dramatic demonstration, right? Demonstrating them that you know what you're talking about and here's how you do the thing. Frank Kern, another legend in the business, always says, and I love his straight to the point stuff. It's like, hey, you got to just show people you can help them by actually helping them. But what Evans Putman likes to say is, I like to say, you just need to speak to serve. Speak to create a transformation. When you help people in this virtual mini event, this is the big key. I'm just giving you guys the secret right now. The big key is you've got to not pummel them with information, but help create a transformation. Imagine how it would feel if you could step into the room and shift people's beliefs, give them a new identity. But not only that, if you could get in that room, how would it feel that if you did that, you shifted their belief, helped them create a transformation, that by the time they got to you and to your programs, they believed in themselves and they had a higher success rate? How would that make your business look if you had higher client retention? Higher client retention, which leads to more referrals, more recurring revenue, and people ascending to your higher programs, your big masterminds, or whatever those next steps are. And it's all done through what you say and how you say it in this virtual mini event. And I'll just share this with you. It's my favorite thing. If you remember this will help you when you jump in and start to speak and share. It's, you must help people be who they need to be to do the thing they wish to do. And the person that offers the thing they wish to do is you. Help them be who they need to be to do the thing they wish to do. And the person that offers the thing they wish to do is you. If you do that within your virtual mini event, you will have people raising their hands and saying, I want what's next. Where do I go get it? And that's the point of it, because they now believe in themselves. You have shifted their identity. You have created a transformation, and you've done it in a way that feels authentic and aligned and allows you to serve rather than spend an hour and a half, like on a webinar, pitching. So that's step one and step two, the first two pillars you need to have. Now, here's the next thing. We were doing these and we were sort of getting success. I already shared with you, we had our biggest revenue day, but the biggest tipping point is this next pillar. You have the audience, you bring them in the room, you know what to say, you know how to say it. It's something we teach you in Cash Infusion Day Live next week. You must have an offer that sells itself, but also an offer that unlocks consistent cash flow, not a one-time payment, but monthly recurring revenue, consistent cash flow. The only way you'll build a business that you can step away from and go enjoy your free time that this virtual mini event creates, to go spend time with your family on a 3-week vacation, is to not be the person that your business depends on all the time. And the only way to do that is through what we created our abundant offer framework. And you may be thinking, Evans, I don't know how to create a high ticket offer. Here's the thing. You will know exactly what to put in your offer by the time you get finished with your virtual mini event, because you don't have to create it. You co-create it with your audience. And when you co-create it with your audience, now they are more likely to want the thing that they were a part of creating. And that's what we help you install and show you how to do in Cash Infusion Day next week. So have the audience demonstrate you can help them, speak to transform, know what to say, how to say it, and then have what we call the abundant offer that is co-created between you and your audience. And it sells itself, but more importantly, it creates a consistent flow of cash flow. Those are the 3 steps. That's all you need. Are you seeing how simple and easy this is? This is something that we used for 12 months straight, and it totally changed our business, changed how I do business, changed how I serve others, and gave me the certainty that reduced the stress of wondering where that next client was coming from. And you might be saying, Evans, that sounds easy, but there's got to be, I know what some of you are thinking right now. It's like, hey, I don't like sales. And I get it. But can I be honest with you? If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, you have to have sales to stay in business. But you don't have to sell to stay in business. I'll say that again. You have to have sales to stay in business, but you don't have to sell to stay in business. The powerful thing about this virtual mini event method in the Cash Infusion Day system is that you don't have to do sales calls. By the time you take people through this event and you've created the shift in belief and the new identity, you've co-created the offer together, they're asking you, what's next? How can I take the next steps? You shift from a place of selling, closing, pitching to a place of receiving, enrolling, and aligning with the energy of success of you and that person. And you might also be thinking, well, I get it, Evans, but what about, the time it's going to take to do this? Let me just stop you right there and just say, look, when it comes to time, this is one of the fastest, most less time intensive thing I have ever experienced when I've been in business. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 plus years now. This is so much fun. This is so easy. Do you know how to use Zoom? I'll ask you that question. If you answered yes, you can do a virtual mini event that creates a Cash Infusion Day for your business. Do you know how to reach out to people and ask for help? If you've said yes, you can create a virtual mini event that creates Cash Infusion Days for your business. And time with these is it's as if it doesn't even exist. You can literally create one of these in 2 weeks, have it up and running with a Zoom room, creating a short promotion window. In fact, we've discovered that it's usually the 48 to 72 hours before where the majority of your people are going to join anyway. So you don't need months of preparing. You don't need months of building funnels. You don't need months of figuring out what's the marketing going to look like. And then hope and pray that by putting all that money and effort and time into it, that you create a Cash Infusion Day. All you have to do is follow the frameworks that we share with you and the steps that we show you how to do. And within 2 weeks, you can have your first one up and running. And generally, I tell people 30 days or less, but I've done it in 2 weeks. I know it can be done in 2 weeks. And I've seen people do it in that short of a time as well. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. I want to share this because you might be thinking, and I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, okay, Evans, well, what's next? And if you're just jumping on now, I shared this earlier, but I want you to come join us at Cash Infusion Day Live, where I'll actually take you through the process. We'll break it down and I'll show you how to create your own virtual mini event that gives you a Cash Infusion Day We'll create it and we'll install it in your business in a few short hours. And I got to ask you this. If you're a serious entrepreneur and you know that you could have the solution to change your business forever, the trajectory of your business forever, and give you consistent revenue, is it not worth just a few short hours of your time to solve maybe the biggest problem in your business? Is it not worth a few minutes of your time to solve maybe the biggest problem that is preventing you from having a happy family life and the freedom that you've always wished to have as an entrepreneur, because you're spending too much time working harder and harder and harder instead of taking that quantum leap by believing there's a better way and trying it? All I ask you to do is just come with an open mind and give it a shot. Take a look and be in the room with me and let me help you break it down, create it, and start to install it in your business so that you can go out and test it yourself. And you can join me for free, no obligation whatsoever. Just come join us for free, or I would highly recommend you grab a VIP ticket. And when you grab a VIP ticket, you get an extra hour with me, you get some one-on-one coaching in there, and you get some other really cool bonuses. But the last thing I'll share with you is that I don't want you to be like me and wait so many years of trying this, that, and the other that just doesn't work. The market is shifting. The customers and clients are getting more aligned with wanting you to actually show up, serve them, show them you can help them, build that trust, and allow them to make the decision to work with you rather than you constantly chasing them to try to close them into one of your programs. And if you want to be a part of the wave that's getting ahead of this shift, I highly, highly recommend you come check out Cash Infusion Day Live and allow me to help you install this into your business. I appreciate you guys for jumping on and sharing some time with me today. If you've got something on your calendar, maybe your calendar next week is booked up with bad blind date discovery calls. Here's my suggestion. If you want to quit having a fully booked calendar instead have a fully booked life, I would wipe that day out. I would be at Cash Infusion Day Live, and I would learn the system that's going to get you totally free of ever having to do those bad blind date discovery calls again. And it's going to be a system that's actually going to create certainty in your business, in your life, and make entrepreneurship fun again. All right, everybody. Thank you. If you got any questions, if you got anything, tag me in the comments. I'll see them. I will come answer your questions. The best thing you can do right now is go get that ticket. Just start thinking about what is the thing that I can do to shift my business forward. And this could possibly be it. But you won't know unless you're at Cash Infusion Day Live next week. So I appreciate each of you. I will talk to you soon. Thank you all for giving me your time today. I hope I opened up the window and the world of possibility for you to see a different way of doing business and starting to create some freedom and fun and fulfillment again in the entrepreneurship journey that you're on. Talk to you soon.